So, Andrew, 2020 has been...
It's been a bit poo, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not been the best as the seasons go, has it?
No, it's not, mate.
But still, it's been a learning one, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video,
Yes.
is lessons learned. We're going to do me, and then we're going to do another one for you.
Yes!
I've got lots and lots to talk about first.
We never stop learning, though, first and foremost, do we, in fishing?
No.
Ever.
It's always evolving, and it's good. It's what keeps us going, doesn't
Brilliant,
it?
yeah, yeah.
We always do things better. And for me, this year, now, I'm not going to go kitty or anything. I've been in that very, very privileged position to go out with Mr. Rob Hughes and do some underwater filming with
Yes, mate,
videos, which
seen them.
they've hurt me.
You've said it's like proper eye-opening.
They're horrible. They make you realise how
In what
badly
way
we're
do you
doing
mean
things.
horrible? Like, where you think you're doing something, but then when it's underwater, it's not how you think it would be.
Exactly that.
It's just...
Yeah, just the change it made. It's been brilliant. But I'm going to break it down into two ways, because it was literally the two videos we did this year were the margin fishing and the bomb fishing.
Yeah, man.
So the margin fishing was a bit of a weird one. We went to Western Pools on the clay pit,
Yes.
and it was actually meant to be a shallow one. We were going to do some shallow fishing,
Yeah.
but just the light was rubbish, so we couldn't do it. So we had to have something to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So just the weather forced it to be a margin one. So it wasn't quite right for margin fishing, because it was very, very deep. It was probably about 4 foot, so it was quite tricky to do.
It's clear there, though, isn't it? That's obviously that's why.
That's why we chose the pit. That's obviously the main thing with the underwater film, is that we've got to go.
Yeah.
Visibility's got to be a good thing. But it was the first time we got fish involved. Yeah, the horrible, horrible little fish as well. Little F1s, pound to 2, the most annoying fish in the world for not doing what you think they do. And we went down the feeding route.
So before you did this, OJ, did you have the preconceived idea, you like that, folks, of what you thought they would do until you saw what was happening under the water?
I don't think I just believe that.
You've done your testing, your experimenting, like Steve Sponge always talk about, don't you? And all that.
I felt I knew what my bait did.
Right.
I mean, my bait did what. We'll elaborate on that. But yeah, how things were working, I always felt was right. You know what I mean? I was putting my pile in, I was putting my bait over it, I was happy with all that, and my bait was doing what I thought it was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we spoke about this loads and loads of edge fishing that I'm obsessed with. Little pile,
Yeah.
mega accurate, keep it over it, get a bite. You know what I mean? Not big volumes of bait everywhere. I'd never thought just what impact the fish have on that bait.
And by that you mean how many come in, or one comes in, wafts it over
Everything.
an area?
I always had in my head this lovely line of fish coming in one at a time. Just eat your bait.
Go on then,
get a
mate.
bite.
You go and have it. Oh, go on then.
Yeah.
Go on, Albert. You go and have this one. It's your turn. You look hungry.
It's chaos.
Is it just like straight in it? Because I've
Straight
not
in.
actually seen this one. I've seen the other one, the bomb one.
Yeah.
But I've not seen
It
this
is
one.
utter chaos. Whenever you've got more than 2 fish in your peg, yeah, all the rules go out the window. That bait, well, at one point, how quickly they eat the volume of bait, that was the first thing that stuck out to me.
Where are they getting it though, Jay? Because obviously 4 foot of water is pretty deep. Are they intercepting it on the
An odd
drop,
one,
or
an odd bit. Most of it was getting to the bottom.
and you put in a little ball, presumably?
I was putting in a good lump. For the camera, I was probably putting in a golf ball. Do you know what I mean?
What, a micros?
Yeah, just so it stands out, but so he could see it. I wouldn't feed that much as a rule. But I'm feeding probably a
I
golf
would.
ball of bait.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it in, and the first time I did it when we're actually watching, we've gone to the laptop to watch it, this golf ball of micros hits the bottom before it's even had a chance to dissolve and break down as I'd expect it to. Yeah, a 10 ounce F1 nails the lot.
What?
And it literally inhales the lot in one suck, and it goes, this whole ball goes in his mouth. I'm like, what has just gone on?
They've only got a little Bobby Mouse though.
Unreal. Yeah, just sucks because it's got the
I
water.
bet it's probably done it already then.
It was like how quickly there can be no bait there. I mean, it wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing to see. It made me
Obviously
realise
it's cleared it, yeah.
you've got to feed so regular. Yeah, that there's no, oh yeah, my pile's, I've had a few indications, but my pile's still there. If your float's moved, there ain't no bait. Yeah, if the fish has been in your peg, there is more than likely no bait left.
That's obviously why we stress it low, don't we, in the summer, you know, no more than 4 or 5 minutes, come back, feed it again. You've got to keep that bait
you've
going.
got to keep that bait going in.
Right,
Use your float. It's taught me to read my float so much more when I'm fishing down the edge.
So talk us through that, what you mean, Jay. You mean like if you're getting the little indications on your float and
In any way.
sideways? And
Yeah, if the float's moving,
so
in whatever
obviously
way, there's
your
fish there.
rig's in that like pile of bait or something, so you know there's fish
Yes,
there.
it's in the vicinity, and
Yeah.
they just eat it within seconds. It's all gone. Then as soon as it had gone, it's more difficult to get a bite. Yeah, once there's no volume of bait there, the fish aren't interested.
Right, okay.
There's got to be a
Even
worthwhile
though
mouthful.
obviously your hook bait.
Yeah, my lump of corn, my expand the pellet, still there, sat on the bottom. But they're not bothered. They're still getting odd and come pick it up. But that little window between feeding and the fish coming into the peg, I mean, it may be 5 seconds, it may be 30 seconds before they come in, not en masse, but with competition. Do you know what I mean? They race in.
Yeah.
Summertime when they're feeding, they race in 2s or 3s, 10s, who knows how many.
Yeah.
that is when you get a bite.
How many on average were you getting coming in then?
Oh,
Just like
it's only a small area, so probably a dozen.
right. Okay.
Half a dozen.
And what would they do? Come in, could you see where they go to after? Where they back off? Or just
No, we've only got a little window to
right,
watch.
okay.
Obviously, they just drop back down the shelf and just swim round. But they're upside down in the peg. They're not lovely and feeding on the
That's
bottom.
why we're far looking at them as well.
They're all over the place. There's no way, even me feeding lovely. You know what I mean? My ball hits the bottom. There's very little particles going anywhere else. They're coming in from this way. There's
So
no.
not like watching all that, watching it down and thump
They
straight
just
on
come straight in. You know what I mean? The bait lands and they just come in at whatever depth, go straight down and feed on it. The odd ones up here, all over the place, and then they're out the peg. And then the bait comes in, back in again. Yeah, but it shows that if you were to put that big pile in, you would create bedlam.
Just like too many there.
There'd just be
ridiculous.
bait going all over the place. You
Right.
need little amounts, but really regularly. I mean, that's the biggest lesson for me, is the regularity I need to feed down the edge. When I'm fishing for the right
That
fish,
kind of fish, yeah.
whenever it's a bit smaller,
Yeah.
or whether it's a bit deeper. I mean, as soon as we go into them edges that are 18-inch plus, where you can't actually see the fish anymore, I mean, you don't see as many tail patterns, or F1s are involved, they're a bit more stealthy coming in. You've got to read that float so much to know whether your bait's still in, and never just a case of, I'll get one in a minute, in, out. All the time, replace your pile. That's been the lesson for margin fishing, definitely. And then the next one that really, really, really hurt me was the bomb fishing one.
Remember, I've seen this one.
It's done me head in. If you haven't seen that, massively, massively worth a watch on that Matrix Submerge page. We went to, where did I go, and?
Green Hills.
Green Hills, which was...
Bishop's Bowl, wasn't it?
Yes, that one. Bishop's Bowl down in Warwickshire, I'm going to say. Carpy place. So we went there.
Little pikes. I just wanted to catch a little pike that you kept seeing.
There were little pike and those. It was
But yeah, it's done you ready. You've had the area. Talk the folks through. You've had this area, haven't you?
Yeah, because it's carp lake, so it's full of weed.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this. Them carp anglers need to put fish in. They'll sort that weed right out, won't they? But anyway.
Grass carps.
Yeah, I've got this patch that's like a bin lid. Yeah, at 25 metres.
Stop it, bin lid. You're not feeding on a bin lid. You're not
no, it was that's how big. No, the area was the patch.
Oh, right, okay, go on.
Yeah, we got a little hole in the weed.
You probably would feed that accurate though.
No, I'll tell you I would, but it was.
Nuts,
So I've got this patch right that I'm fishing to, a gravel bit on the bottom that Rob's gone and found, and I've got Rob in the water, and then there's a stick up just to the right of it as I'm looking at it, and then there's a big bank of weeds. So I've got technically 3 markers.
Yeah.
So I think, dead easy. The wind was nice as well. Little tiny bit of wind. I think it was in my face, but nothing that was going to bother me bait. So I thought, this will be a really nice, see how accurate we are and all this. Casting, I was dead happy, but that was irrelevant. The spread of me bait destroyed me.
I heard so it's obviously how it lands on the water
Yeah.
is not how it is when it ends up on the lake bed.
No, it is. It's just looks better on the water than it actually ends up.
Is that because obviously the pellets are spinning and going all over the
Everything.
place and bits of air in it and all that?
I think it's because you're feeding at such a big area when you're fishing a bomb. I mean, a bomb's anything from 16 to 30 metres, do you know what I mean, isn't it? When we're trying to stretch it, that 25 metres, even 20 metres plus, I mean, we're trying to be as accurate as we can with our bait. And honestly, I was proper happy. Yeah, if I was sat here today and I fed the way I fed,
Get ready to.
I was like, I'm on it today.
Big check coming my way.
Yeah, I'm looking like I'm feeding everything within 2 metres square. I mean, that's all you can expect. Yeah, two and a half metres square.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy. Everything's going in. The wind's not messing me about. How big it was actually spreading on the bottom, it was like 5 metres. I mean, just through, that one's a bit shorter, but because it's such a way away from me, I don't notice it. Yeah, and it may be, it's a metre shorter, but to me, from this distance, it looks like it's a foot shorter, so I'm like, that's all right. But then another one goes short, and all of a sudden you've got this massive big area.
Yeah.
For the amount of fish that, when we're catching on the bomb,
It's got to be loads there, haven't there?
hundreds there.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds.
There's always
of
hundreds in
fish.
your peg anyway.
There
But
are, probably. But it just shows why you get in line so much, why so many of these issues happen on the bomb when you feed it in certain ways. And it taught me the importance, firstly, of feeding in a completely different way from my bomb. If I want to loose feed on a bomb with, say, 6 or 8 mils, and I want to fish a 6 or 8 mil, then I want to feed 5 pellets, cast over it, that's it, done. So every cast is a one-off. Yeah, one trap, sits over it, done. Yeah, and I'll sit there till I get a bite or I do something else.
Yeah.
There's for me, it's not about building a line up. No, because you're just going to spread it. Yeah, for a waggler it'd be different, but for when fishing a bomb,
on the bottom.
If I feel I can get regular bites, then that's the way I'll go. Feed to a bait, cast over it, sit there, wait.
Right.
Yeah. If I want to build a line, and I do need to attract fish into my peg, I want to feed a bomb line before I go on it in advance because I'm doing whatever else. At Hayfield, them sorts of places. That's where the importance of bait comes in, of your hook baits. doing different things over the top. It is no good chucking a single 8mm pellet over your 8mm pellets.
It just doesn't stand out.
You ain't going to catch one.
So this is where obviously more visible baits, bigger baits come into play.
Yeah, it's why, you know what I mean,
Poppy
double
uppy ones
baits,
and all
coloured
that, or-
baits, even different methods over the top of it. It's why PVA bags, method feeders, pellet
About
cones.
changing up lengths and all that, longer, shorter up lengths and
That was hard to do. You know what I mean? It was.
How did you, did you go through where it's landed in comparison to where your bomb lands and all that?
Yeah, we had a little look at that.
Right. Are you happy with that?
I don't think it makes too much because I'm into short hook lengths anyway.
Yeah.
What we couldn't test, unfortunately, was the different hook lengths on different bottoms because we didn't have any nasty silts.
Right,
Which
okay.
on these places we have silts.
Yeah.
On a carpet place, you didn't.
You don't know how much it's going into the silver.
No, it was a nice hard bottom because of we couldn't
Need
do it
them
over
like
a silty
what's
bottom.
it things on these blooming carpets?
Foam
You don't
on.
do like that, so and then slow
Keep it
release.
nice. Yeah,
You
but no,
get rich on.
because if there was silt, it'd have been coloured.
Yeah.
So it just
Yeah, yeah.
we couldn't really play with that, and I don't believe detection's a big thing with the bomb. I think when a carp has it,
It's on, isn't it?
Yeah, as long as we can either have a bolt rig or keep it tight, whatever. Do you know what I mean? That's a different thing
So
altogether.
you convince you like bigger standout baits when you're putting a lot more.
That was
bait
a
in.
lesson for me, yeah.
Right,
Not
okay.
muck about with, I'll just fish nice and delicately. I'll
Yeah,
fish when I'm feeding. Because, if you're doing it nice and tight with one lot of bait, it's all right. But if you're feeding an amount of pellets, it's like me chucking 100 pellets up in the air now and telling you to pick one out.
Well, you're massive for that anyway, and you're following all that, aren't you? If you put like 100 pellets in, 100 to 1 chance you're catching a fish.
Yeah.
That's why you feed 2.5, folks.
Yeah, that's how you have to look. I need to incorporate that more into my bomb fishing instead of being gung-go and thinking that'll do.
Bigger standout baits and that.
Yes. So for me, the bomb, without a doubt, that was my biggest lesson of 2020, and hopefully that's the thing I'm going to work on the most next year to try and make me a better ledger bomb angler.
Like that,
We'll
mate.
see. So hopefully 2020 be a little bit more productive.
It's all about the ledger bomb.
2021, yeah.
We're in 20. It doesn't
Yeah,
feel
done.
like 2020 though, does it?
No.
It's just been weird.
It's just been a weird one, yeah. Next year, bomb specialist.